Alrighty, here we are. Quick stream today. Let me see if my webcam... Haha. Okay. So, webcam is doing some crazy stuff. I had to set up a new... Let me try this. To set up a new webcam deal. So I figured out there's some video games that whenever I stream the games, they don't, it doesn't run well with the computer and the camera on at the same time because the camera uses NVIDIA Broadcast, which uses some RTX stuff. And let's see. Camera's busy, which means we're gonna cut over to gaming real quick. Okay. Let's cut over here. The just chatting. So this is using another input, but it's the same webcam. This is the gaming setup. But let me do this. Let me go. I don't need this, right? Camera's busy. Okay, so we may just not have webcam today. Boom. I could, you know what I could do? I could just do this. Let me add in this other one. No, actually, that's fine. We'll just paint. Let's just paint. More important to paint anyway. But I'll get it all set up. Basically, the gaming stream and the art stream have to do different things. And they have to be... oh, what am I trying to say? I have just way too much stuff going on right now. I'm looking all around. I thought I had time to stream, but maybe I don't. My system setup has to work differently depending on whether we're playing games, because the games are going to take a lot more of the graphics processing power from the GPU, which is also whenever I do the green screen and, you know, get rid of the backgrounds and do the subtle like blurring and stuff on the webcam, they both use the same graphics card, which makes it really tough to run certain games like Monster Hunter Wilds, Ghost of Tsushima, some of the stuff we want to run lately. And so I had to like change the way that camera works to get rid of all those effects. I had to do it as a different source, but then those two webcam sources can't be on at the same time because they're both using the same webcam. Does that make sense? Like, yeah, it's weird stuff. So just taking a sip of the old G Fuel, which is our sponsor. Big thanks to G Fuel. If you go to gfuel.com and use the code WESG at checkout, you get 20% off, which is great. But we're gonna mute this real quick. I'm gonna come back over and we'll start painting. Here we are. So yes, this is an unplanned stream. I'll be streaming the real stream tomorrow. I thought I was going to play some games, but no. The whole webcam stuff got crazy. But we'll be continuing this one. I only really have like an hour and 20 minutes maybe for today. But yes, it will be much earlier. I'll get started probably 5 hours earlier than right now. Tomorrow. So here's a little sketch of a duder. I've been kind of working on trying to get the structure a little better. Haven't really done the sword yet, but yeah, just trying some of this. Yeah, this is a fake one. We got some sketchy lines here. Basically, let me hide the values. Started with this. Just kind of put in the circles, stuff like that. And came in with the sketch on top. To see those structure lines. And then now doing the values. Look at that. So it's cleaning up a little bit. And then to make sure I don't go like out of the lines, basically, I have two background layers set up. I have this so I can catch any stray like brush marks or anything. And then I also, just to double check that, I have this set up. That way I can look around the canvas and make sure that I'm not adding any funny stuff. And see, it's also gonna let us come back later and like clean up all the lines and things like that. So I'm planning this to be a spot illustration for my world building guide, which is where we're kind of coming from with it. I need to get Helldivers. I totally need to get it. Here, and in the meantime, we can turn on this webcam. Let me do this. Let me go. Where am I at? Video capture. And I'm a fancy artist. Look at that, bam. So I got my mat set up to be a brush stroke. Look at that. So yeah, the fancy green screen stuff I can't have on at the same time as this one. I have to, like, before the stream, I have to remember to come and like disable this one. But in order for the games to run better, I have to use this one because it doesn't use any of the graphics effects. It just is a straight driver through the USB device. This I can probably actually get rid of. I can get rid of that part of the cape, right? Because technically that wouldn't make sense if it's draped kind of that way. It wouldn't really extend all the way out. I think I added that in the sketch because I didn't just want his foot poking through the other side. And that be the only thing. Yeah. Well, ironically, the live streams are doing way better. Even the video on demand live streams, like people watching it later, doing way better than the standard YouTube videos. Like on a 3-to-1 scale, which is nuts to me. Because I could absolutely stream like 5 days a week. I absolutely could. If that is the demand, if the people want that as the way to get art content and like tutorials and stuff, I would do it with a giant smile on my face because it's way easier to do, even though we have weird like webcam things, like little technical hoops and stuff to work through. It's just overall, like once you are done going live, you're kind of done. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's so much easier than trying to edit out and do transitions and timings and, you know. It's funny, this is really just standard hard round brush. I did a pencil. I did the pencil for the sketch. Pencil 2, I guess, was the brush, and then flow opacity. These are the only two that I've used. I don't even think I'm gonna do a whole lot of like brushy stuff. What I could do See, we're even doing pretty good. Even if I hide the sketch. Doing okay, but I wonder if I know what I can do. Select all, edit, merged, edit, paste. That do it? Basically, I just want... It would do it. Okay, cool. I was like, I just want the whole thing with the sketch lines on its own layer right now. Already a ton of teaching vids on YouTube. Trey, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. Yeah. I mean, that might be the way we go. I do have a few art videos planned. But I am very curious. Excuse me. I am very curious about what that fall off would look like. And it's weird to say because I'm not like a huge YouTube anyway. I have 11,000 subscribers, which is not, it's not bad. And you know, it took me 13 years to get there. But I wonder what the, I don't know if there'd be pushback or people would like leave. Would like 4,000 people be like, I didn't sign up for this and then leave? Or like, how would that go? You know what I mean? Because that would not be good. But to be fair on the other side, if I'm literally only getting, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to turn this back on to make sure I don't color out of the lines. If I'm only getting like 200 views a video anymore anyway, I can't go much lower than that, to be perfectly frank. So it's like, maybe it might be worth the swap. It is, I can't put into words how much easier it is to hit the go live button than like, I'm gonna take this B-roll and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna record this time lapse and I'm gonna blah blah blah. Like, it is on another planet easier. Like, and like, to be fair, I like doing the live stuff because I like talking to everyone anyway. I just think I'm better at that than I am at the editing and the which I like to do it, but I'm gonna eraser tool. So I have the settings set up in Krita now to where my eraser is the same thing as my brush and the same size. And all I have to do to swap back and forth is just hit the E button. This allows me to go a little cleaner if I need to. I sincerely just use this for Magic the Gathering, really. Which is why I kind of set it up this way. Because those are a lot of renderings. A lot of renderings. What's up, brother? So yeah, sorry I went live on such short notice, everyone, but this is just kind of like a bonus stream. We're going to be working on this painting more tomorrow, which is going to be the real... so tomorrow we'll be doing the main stream, and then Friday we're probably going to be doing the main stream as well. Thursday, My little boy has his first, my son has his first field trip. And parents get to go on the pre-K field trip. So we're going to go to the fair. That's where we're going to go. It's going to be good. And Wednesday is my normal stream day. But guys, I know I talked about it. I made some jokes last time about what I need to do. Do I need to get like a new tablet and stuff and all that, or finish up the tattoo? I'm finishing up the tattoo. I got my appointment booked with my man, my tattoo guy, for Wednesday. So when we stream again on Friday, you will be seeing, I think it might take 2 sessions. I'm blocked in for a 5-hour session on Wednesday, but I'm going to fill up the entire forearm here. I don't know if he's just going to do the black first, and then we're going to come in with the, whenever that heals up, and come in with the color afterwards, or if he's just going to do it, if he's just going to go like there. And then after that heals, probably sometime early next year, maybe around my birthday in January, I'm going to be adding some logo stuff here and then finishing this part up. Then we get to start on this arm. Haha. Fun. Yes, so this is, it's funny, the remake, or I should say remaster, it's not really a remake. Well, actually, it's kind of a remake of Final Fantasy Tactics. Came out, and you all know how much I love that sort of vibe, right? But I was like, okay, if I were to, as part of my like world building project, I was like, man, I got excited again because I was like, wait, this can be anything I want. It can be anything. I was like, it could be my slapdash version of Final Fantasy Tactics type lore and stuff. Because I love it so much, I'd be obsessed with kind of making my own. So I was like, screw it, man, let's do it. So I was like, okay, what would I do for like generic, like knight or scout, or you know what I mean, like these sort of character classes. So I sketched this one up for the past few days. Over the weekend while I was editing the next YouTube video coming out, which once I hear from the company and they give me the all clear, I'm gonna go ahead and publish it. But video's already done. I'm just waiting. Fix the go ahead and fix this ear. So I have them downloaded. Multi-needle shading. Oh, yeah. I think because I don't have a lot. I have a little bit of color here, but like this, yeah, all mine is like kind of single line stuff and iconography. But I think I'm trying to figure out if I have a preference on what type of basically background he's going to be doing. But I don't really have a preference. It's either going to be something like smoke, or it's going to be kind of the, I guess like the koi fish scale type thing, because this arm is going to start with a koi fish thing. So if we were going to tie that together, or like how all that's going to work, but I guess we'll figure out. It's funny because like I got the stuff that I'm really adamant about getting, like the icons and stuff that I like on my arm. So really it's up to the artist now. You know, being an artist and working with clients, like I have learned that I usually do my best work whenever the client trusts my judgment, and then I can kind of like tweak things here and there. And that's what I'm going to tell my guy. I'm going to be like, listen, bro, you do whatever you want. Because like you have the needle gun and like 30 years of experience. So go ahead and do your thing. You're going to know what looks right and looks good. And I trust it completely. So that's the whole thing about the tattoo, is like kind of your relationship with your tattoo artist too, you know? Notice I'm definitely doing more hard round brush than anything. Smooth that. Probably make his beard a little more natural, but that's fine. We'll do that later. Move this out. So, whenever I'm doing work that I want to, basically I'm going to be saving this out as a PNG file. But I want to make sure I don't have any stray things out here. Like, there's some stray, whenever I was like sketchy and doing a bunch of stuff, there's some stray lines, there's some stray marks. And then this allows me to clean this up. Like, see these little ones like right here? Like right here. This allows me to come in and be like, oh, I need to in here, clean that, because this way, whenever I'm putting it in the book, I can put it anywhere and then have the words wrap around it, and it will follow the silhouette of the shape. So it's just a way to save myself some headache later. But yeah, you can see how we've started refining it, but it's still very messy. Just kind of like working our way down, really, you know. I guess this would be my version of that Evan Amundsen style, you know. Oh, thanks. Yeah. So this one was funny because I really like the plane shift of the side of the hand going into the forearm. Like, to me, that's kind of easy to paint, and it does a lot of work. So see how I put that main line right here? If I just like come in and maybe bring it down a little more, it really sells that shift of the plane, and like it does a lot for the piece. And I think it also helps that like I have the forearm is pretty white as far as the highlight, even though it doesn't make sense. Like, skin is not that, you know, reflective unless you're sweating. But I think it looks neat. You know, and then like here's the normal cast shadow from the sleeve. can like come up a little. And maybe even with this can grab a little bit of light. See, that's kind of all I did over here is I was like, well, this could be a little darker. Well, this could be a little lighter. And then you can see I made this shadow back here darker than this one. Even though they're both shadow, I wanted a distinct separation between where the elbow and the forearm and stuff are and where this. I guess this is an extension of the belt. Do the same sort of shading right up here on where the fur is that we did on the forearm. And I will say these Krita brushes make it really easy to do that. Yeah, the nice basic 4 flow opacity, like, great brush. Armor is super fun, and the nice thing about it is I find armor kind of relaxing to do because all it really does is follow the form, you know, and then you can kind of do some fun shiny rendering and tucked in. This. That one comes down here. So whenever I do kind of a rendering pass like this, to me it feels a lot like connect the dots. Like, is that part of this or is that part of this? And then you can differentiate them, or you can like seam stuff together, and it really starts to sell those ideas of continuity as far as like shapes or lines or see here. This is kind of a cheat mode thing. I don't know what symbol this is going to be, like whatever crest or, you know, whatever world building thing. So I'm going to keep the circle kind of alone. And that way, whenever I design the symbol, I can just come back in and then tilt it and warp it into place and then like, you know, integrate it in like it's been planned the whole time. This. need to give this dude's eye room to have an eyelid. There we go. There we go. That was bothering me. And here with eye ducts. Here a little bit more. Here it is. Robert, thank you so much for that subscription, my friend. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, real talk, guys. Let me know. And I think just by you all being here on the stream kind of answers the question. But if you prefer the standard YouTube videos or the live stream stuff, like I said, I could absolutely just do streams. You know what I mean? Like, and then I don't know if y'all noticed on the YouTube channel, I sort of did this thing called like Wes's Quick Clips or something, which is basically just a highlight. If somebody's like, hey, can you make a highlight of that, like a piece of advice or something? Like the first one I posted up was about color temperature, and they're like 5-minute videos, and it's just like a little clip, almost the same thing as what the clip feature does on Twitch, which we also stream to. But there's no real way to do that on YouTube. So it's like I can just make timestamps and then come back in and then publish those as their own little YouTube videos. And that way you get a little bit of like standard content, I guess you would call it, which is a gross word. I hate referring to any of it as content, but it is what it is. But like, if that would be a good way to go, that way everybody kind of still gets something, or if we should just focus entirely on the live stream stuff. Like I said, it's much easier to go live and just hang out with you all than it is to worry about the algorithm of like setting up posts and what day is the best and what time is the best to publish this video. Here. Clean up these. Really what I'll need is to clean up this forearm and Taco Force. I'm doing artwork. All short form stuff. Yeah. Cause see, that's exactly what I do. I turn on the long form of like all of the stuff that I watch. Like if I watch a Twitch streamer or I'm watching, a YouTube video or something, there are videos that are like 2.5 to 3 hours long. That way I can keep them on in the background while I paint. You know what I mean? It just is what it is, you know? I'm always working on something, so... Kind of getting rid of these lines right here. Maybe that's what I do. Maybe I just get rid of the lines. That arm is just sort of there. That's gonna look odd at first, but we'll come back to it later. This way it just pushes that back arm, which is not important, out of the focus anyway. Setting it all up. So it's not too bad to set up. It's not too bad to set up. Huh. I mean, if you guys want, that could be one of the videos for the YouTube channel, you know? Composition and style, totally. I love me a good time lapse. See, and it's funny, the more deep you make these lines and kind of more kind of shaded and stuff, it makes the character look more buff, because this is like chiseling the muscles in. You know what I mean? You're getting more depth and like separation between the muscles. And here's the deal. This is not exactly anatomically correct. Like, I have a tricep, but the tricep extends and then it gets on this ligament right here, which I can't remember the name of. But basically your tendons for your elbow and your joints. But then the tricep is the biggest part of your arm because it has three heads: the wide head, the short head, and then the long. And then the bicep has two, bi meaning two and tri meaning three. So big arms actually come from like your triceps. So that's sort of, I wanted the long form one, which gives the shape back here, then this short form one, and then this actually rolls into the bicep, which is shaping kind of what your eye is seeing there. So it's not exactly anatomically correct, but it looks fine. And I think that's maybe more important. If it looks okay, then that's, you know, there you go. That's all people are really going to look at, since it's a painting, not a anatomy exam. You know what I mean? So there we go. Yeah. Now we're talking. Look at that. That nice, slightly, that value is slightly lighter than this one. But that does a lot of good. It's like, now even the shadow has form. Look at that. Mwah. That's what we're talking about. Notification for the chat. Oh, not seeing when people posted. So I have open broadcast software. I've OBS Studio. And I have, there's a thing you can get which is built in for it. So I'm running like 5 different things, but a thing built in for it called Stream Elements, and that's a service that does like pop-up alerts and hey, someone donated and subscribed and all that stuff. That's a site that does that. But for OBS, so for OBS Studio, they made a thing to where you can bring up the multi-chat from, like, if you're streaming to both YouTube and Twitch, which is what I'm doing right now. It gets both of them in one deal, and it docks it over to the window. And then I also have the multi-stream, which Stream Elements does, which allows me to, like, flip switches. Like, I want to go live on this channel and this channel. I want to go on live on this channel, but not this channel. Like, it lets you do that type of thing. And then the other deal that I have is called StreamerBot, which I just downloaded a few weeks ago, and I'm still learning. But it's allowing me to do some pretty cool stuff as well, as far as, like, webcam transitions and try to make everything look and feel a little bit more professional, you know? Yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad way to go. I'm gonna add some fur back to this. Set that up. So really not really rendering necessarily, but just adding some detail. See, what I can do is I can actually beard down a little bit. Face anatomy is not correct, but is it because that's a little better. Needed some separation between the top of the eye socket and the... So that works a little bit. Get it a little more manicured. It's funny because this looks like it's a ponytail part. So what we have to do up a little bit. Here we go. This way it at least differentiates. A little bit of texture on the beard. This is the World of Warcraft Legion soundtrack. All of the World of Warcraft soundtracks are unbelievably good. Like, they understood the assignment through and through. What's cool about this? Yeah. What's cool about this? Yeah, the rendering's not looking bad. I'm not really a render guy, but I think that's okay. But yeah, what's cool about this is since this is on its own layer, whenever we do and see we can like hide, we can hide different deals. We can also like do a gradient map on this, just on this layer, and it will look real good. I wonder if I can filter map, gradient map, then that one. Where is the okay preset? There it is. So yeah, see, we can come in here. I like the heat maps. You know, and because our values are okay, that's crazy. Oh, that's funny because now it looks like blood on that sword. That's wild. Yeah, and this is just early on here. Yeah, I will definitely do the layer mapping, gradient mapping in another program, because yeah, it can do it, but see, and now it's like permanently on it. It's not a I think you can create it as a clipping mask or whatever, but yeah, it's not my preferred method, you know. That see, this is kind of how it's going to look on the page. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I will, of course, clean this sword up. The other thing... let me do that right now, actually. The other thing... I can't remember... because Krita works different than everything else, because of course it does. Holding shift works for straight lines. See, it doesn't. Not that I can tell. Maybe I just need the line tool, you know? They seem to incorporate a blending. Yes, exactly. So, right. So, Taco, that's a good question. There's an adjustment layer, but the way Krita does onioning, which is how I think of it as onioning, is you put the transparent layer over top and you do whatever you want, and that way it doesn't, you know, it's an old animation and traditional painting term, but yeah, you can filter mask, which is kind of the same thing, but then the way the math works on that is different than having it on the layer. Like, it's kind of a mess. Like, with Photoshop, it's super easy, you know? Real easy. part of me kind of likes this sword staying pure white. I need to change the angle because that perspective is not correct. But, you know. Yeah, it's... I always kind of poke fun, but it's very much a thing, is like, I can tell when a piece of software is purely developed by software developers, because there's a lot of number stuff. There's a lot of like, well, this factually works, and this very logistically is sound, and but then it doesn't do the feel thing, which is how I think of like gradient maps, and also with the standard way erasers work in this. And like, yeah, I love Krita to death. I will ride or die with Krita forever. But it is very much made by software developers. Yeah, oh. See, and there's the difference. So if Krita is made by the logistical, yes, this is factually true, compartmentalized, here's this thing, and this works the way it should work, and very logical, and, you know, we ran the numbers, and this is Clip Studio. I don't know even how they get their stuff to work, because it's very like, oh no, we'll just put the layer on top and then it'll mix it. No, it's fine. But that's kind of how I work, so I like resonate with it better. But yeah, exactly like you said, you just add an adjustment layer and then do whatever. And it just kind of works. It works the way you expect it to. And then you can merge it, and there's no weird merging thing. Like, it just does it. You know? But like, yeah, you know, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, even just like bringing in brushes is a little weird in Krita. Like with Clip, you just drag and drop them, and it's like, oh, are these Photoshop brushes? Well, we'll try to use them. It just kind of makes its own thing, and there they are, and they kind of work, but kind of don't. You can tweak them and whatever. But with Krita, they have to be exported a very certain way into a bundle, and then the bundle has to have a certain amount of options, and then the options have to, you know, it's kind of clunky. It technically works, and you can make some incredible looking brushes, but like, but I don't know. It's just, it's hard to explain. It is hard to explain. And I just saw something I need to fix. So here, so I can see what I was trying to do, which is have this kind of divot out, and then, but that doesn't make sense. And plus, so let me try this real quick. We'll keep it a little darker because it is like a divot, and I wanted a shadow there, or like depth or whatever. And then that around, but that's coming over top. See, and that's the other thing. This, where the sword goes, the sheath. I think that's why I did that. This comes over. Still darker in the shadow. See, I need to change the... This needs to come down. Go. And that's a little too bright, but there we go. And this can come up here. Let me... Slowly fix in. There we go. Sorry, I got a little caught up in it real quick, but hey, there you go. See, that's a weird, I don't know if I would call this a tangent or not, but like this is a strap that holds the scabbard. See, now we're gonna have to start like designing stuff, and that is something I'm really bad at. So like, how does this work? Because technically there's no hook strapping around this right now, but there should be, because that has to loop around it somehow, unless there's a hook or something on the back, which may be. Really? So the new Krita? There it is, hampered. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's true. Draw a ring on it. So, like, here. So, So, wood... be like right here, and then like would this come down in front, like this strap come down in front and hook in this, and then like kind of go around this thing. Because that might also help sell the depth of it too. Maybe I can something like that. See, but I'll have to redraw the angle on that. Push this out more. This tip needs to come over here. looking that way. This has to be bigger than... This comes further down. Yeah, like... That is true. I don't know if I'd want the scabbard to be more for like a dagger type thing, or... And that's true. Maybe we just add a handle. Make this the dagger. Because that way we could do the destructive thing of doing this. Because I couldn't quite get this bottom figured out. Let's get rid of the bottom. Even better. Now I don't have to mess with it. See, that's what I mean. I do not care about, like, destroying my darlings. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't need to be that thick. So then... This... Here we go. Let's just do this. Let's redesign this on the fly. Okay, makes sense for those to be right there. Yes. Now these are just sort of kind of blend in. Now it's like it was never there. Let's darken this to make a little more. There we go. So if we want to, we can come back and add it later. But see how quickly we can just, like, get rid of the problem? Extend that down. And this is also why I really like working in grayscale, in values first. Because all of your design stuff is way easier to just either scrap or expand upon. plus, this allows our guy to be a big beefy boy. You know what I mean? He has a little bit of the pot belly. And this actually, like, helps solidify his form, I think. It allows it to, like... He's allowed to be there. He's allowed to be somebody. You know what I mean? By the way, this is the best song on the album. For sure. And it will be nice to start rendering out the wood and stuff like that. Get rid of hold on the neck. Fold on the arms a little too extreme. Taper that down a little. There we go. Go. I feel like I could use this as something, because it looks like something's like in a pocket or something, but it doesn't make sense from like the design. So could do this. Clean that up a little bit. little. Maybe... I think this needs to be a little more bulky to hold a blade of that size. This part needs to be a little more. I guess the hilt needs to be a little more substantial, right? And I will say, I know I'm like the painterly, you know, impasto brushstroke guy. There is something very beautiful about never changing your brush and just having a hard round and doing everything. Ooh, a drinking horn would be good. That's a good idea. Oh, I'll have to look up some ref of like... And I wonder, can I also, because it seems like, just kind of on accident, there's almost a band right here. Could I also do maybe like this? And up. You know what I mean? Up. The angle's a little off, but... The exit, what's up? Do I prefer Krita's brush engine or Photoshop's? Not talking about other features. Oh, Krita's. No question in my mind. Krita's so much more versatile in how it handles like wet and blending. Because with Photoshop, you have the mixer brush, which is really good, especially if you want like... Because really the mixer brush, all it is instead of just picking a color, you're picking an image. And then getting the image down on that. So you can get some very realistic and expressive looking like impasto paint, oil painting. Very cool. But it never feels right. It never feels like you're actually painting. It feels like you're stamping. I get comments on my old YouTube videos. I always talk about stampy. This program feels stampy. So it feels like you have a stamp and you go like boop, 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 boop. And even if you blend it, and even if you're like in the brush settings and making it more consistent or whatever, it always feels like you have a stamp. And Photoshop has always felt stampy to me. Krita, I mean, hell, this basic 4-flow opacity brush, you could make any type of painting in the world with this thing. Now, it might take forever. Like if you're going after a very specific look that this really isn't good at, you know, you might want other brushes. But this, I mean, hell, we made this bad boy just using, you know, the pencil 2 brush for sketching and then the flow opacity brush, and that's it. And I'm pretty pleased with how this is turning out. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we're still pretty clean. We got that turned on, so. And then like really pop it. We got that. Make it pop, you know. But yeah, I would say Krita's brush engine, hands down. Hands down. Save. Alright, we got about 25 minutes left for today's stream, but we will be doing the full stream tomorrow. And then Friday, we might do a kind of a half and half stream. We'll see how that goes too. Half art, half like gaming, just hanging out type stuff. So we will also see, because now I'm going to put the feelers out. I mean, you all have been super helpful on it, but I'm going to put the feelers out as far as like, hey, should we just dedicate our YouTube time to streaming rather than the longer form, short form, however you want to call it, videos? I mean, the streaming is always going to be the longest form, because we go live even on the short stream. It's, you know, going to be an hour and 45 minutes instead of 20 minutes. But I'm going to put the feelers out, because this is a thing. We could go live 4 to 5 days a week. If I could flip the switch in my brain and be like, okay, I'm no longer worried about like the algorithm-y stuff of like making once a week or once every 2 week YouTube videos to post out and all this other stuff. We could stream all the time, man. Because yeah, this week on Wednesday, which is the normal stream time, I will be getting the rest of my tattoo up here filled in. And then, so Friday, should be looking sharp. I'll probably have the second skin on. Second skin is this transparent, like, basically it's used for burn victims is what it is. But it's an adhesive bandage that's see-through that like helps you heal. So usually you keep on second skin for like 4 days. That's been great for me, because I would be the type that I would want to put lotion on it every 20 seconds, and you don't really need to do that. With second skin, they just put it on and you don't touch it. You just peel that stuff off after like 4 days. I know some artists, some tattoo artists say like, oh, you know, keep it on for a day, then peel it off and put a second bit of it on after that, and then keep that on for however many days. But I've had okay luck with just keeping the one thing on, because it allows your blood plasma to like heal your body. So like you're using your body as the moisturizer. It sounds gross, and it kind of is gross, but I've had incredible luck with all my stuff healing perfectly using the second skin. And I will say what we can do. Sorry, guys. I have a bad tickle in my throat, all the freaking allergies. But what we will be able to do is like, we can come over here, like overlay layers to add color whenever we want to start adding the color in. You know, we're going to start like coming in here. And applying the color this way. Because while I'm a huge fan of color overlay, I realize I've had more enriching looking colors and more like natural looking colors if I just start with the overlay layer first, and then I can tweak it with hard light or, you know, whatever. But like, look at that. Hey, it looks great already. And that's just one color. You know. And here. It's stream the tattoo session. That's true. Could repurpose the work you do on live stream and time lapses. That's true, because I literally have the extension set up to where if I hit start recording, it makes a clean recording without all of the webcam stuff on here. And and I could just kind of post that up. And see here, we'll just do kind of a very light, very light overlay right there. And then here, we got the more dark. And the nice thing is overlay does influence the values, so it looks a little more natural. See, like the color variation and stuff. And then if we want to do leather, yeah, this is completely Evan Amundsen's method that I'm doing right now. Big fan of his, so it makes sense that I would completely like ape his style. Oh, forgot the legs. Can't forget about our boys ham hocks right here, you know. But yeah, we're gonna be finishing this one tomorrow. Look at how easy that is. Just get overlay layer. Look at that. Dude, done. You kidding me right now? Look at that. Brother's looking good. Looking good. Yes, I'm still in Krita. And if we have like a gold for that emblem, you know? That's true. I need to get more of the, I need to embrace more of like the texture stamp type stuff. And here is... And just depending on how hard I press, gives me a different bit of saturation. You know? White for... Now it's like, what color do we want his actual outfit to be? Phoenix! Hello, hello. See, it's so cool, because, like, anytime we need to disable it, we can just do that. It goes straight back to the grayscale. And we know that it's going to work well. So, like, if I make, like, a PDF or something, or I get some copies of whatever this project is printed, even if I just get it printed in black and white, the art is still going to look okay. Like, that's sort of the goal of setting this up like here. You're gonna study game design? Heck yeah. I'm not smart enough for it. For real. Like, I'm blown away with... like, even getting into the science of it. Like, I'm blown away with how people are able to develop mechanics that work together. The only mechanics I know that work together is like value and color, and like that's just how my brain works. So, you know, I'm in the right field for that, I guess. But yeah, the game design stuff to make something fun. I have no like I have zero idea. You know? But that's incredible news. Like, yeah, I'm excited. Excited to play stuff you make. Because that's just super cool to me. Get that. Still don't know if I want to keep this. No, the little piece of the right here. Leviosa! Hey, hey! Oh, Leviosa, not Leviosa. Interesting. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. I'm about to wrap up here in about 15 minutes or so, but we're going to be doing a long stream tomorrow. We'll probably be doing a 4-hour stream tomorrow. We'll be probably wrapping this bad boy up. I feel okay with him. I feel like he's doing good. He's doing okay. I like. I'm gonna modify this right here. This little wedge thing. Basically, I need to extend his thing up, but like his pinky out. But I'm gonna keep the pinky ring on because I think that's a happy accident. And yeah, it looks like that, or maybe make a bandage on the thumb or on the deal, you know. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm gonna play the game. I'm gonna play the hell out of the game. You know. By the way, shameless plug. G Fuel, I'm drinking it right now. They are sponsoring the channel and the stream. They're sending me a whole bunch of goodies too. I get to review a new flavor and stuff. It's weird. But yeah, if you go to gfuel.com/WesG, or you use the code WesG at checkout, you save 20%. And it's by far and away the most affordable way that I get my caffeine. Puts it well under $1 a serving, which is great for me. Because caffeine is my vice. Like, it's my real life go-to vice. I have caffeine every single day. So, and I was drinking G Fuel anyway. You know what I mean? But the fact that they actually took a chance on a painter, on an artist, for their sponsorship deal is like mind-blowing to me. So huge shout out to them for that. Yeah, go save you some money. gfuel.com. WesG is the coupon code. Just kind of coming and cleaning up a little bit of stuff around here. I'll get to that hand later. Yeah, see, I think the drinking horn is a good idea. My only concern is I think a cool, like, horn coming around here would be neat. Or do I do the real Evan Amundsen thing? Let me make a new layer. and do this. Where there's any sort of overlap, if we wanted to come in and do this. Telling you, being a pro artist is just shapes on top of shapes, man. All you're doing. I could use the tools to make like an ellipses smoother and stuff, but I don't know. There's something about painting it. People can tell that you actually painted it instead of using the tool. Maybe that's just me. If the light's hitting there. It's a weird tangent, though. This. Yes, so I will be continuing this one tomorrow. We're gonna keep cranking away at this one. The splice tool. Oh, that's true. This. See, and then also because of the way, or maybe this come down like that, and then this. Oh my goodness, new follower, Sayonara. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Hope you're having a great day. This. And then I wonder if this right there. Made this a weird angle here. And then if that is darker, it'll also come up and be darker here. And it really comes in. funny how long even just something simple like this, you know? Fully embracing my inner Evan Amundsen. It's a little off, but that's fine. That has the idea there. Stream time! What's up, Ivan? Rocking out. We're doing a little bit of, you know, character designing. Really, this is just for a spot illustration for my world building book. It's amazing how well a hard round brush with decent opacity settings, you know, how far that'll take you. So good. Yeah, see, it's kind of blended in there. Maybe that's too much. Maybe that's a bit of a hat on a hat type thing. We already have the sharp angle, so why would we also put a little deal here unless something's going to hang off of it? Which we can keep for tomorrow. I'm going to see what idea we might have for it tomorrow. Overall, keeping it clean. That way whenever we save it out as a PNG file, it's the duder. A little random mark there. Is that on? Okay, there. I guess it was just on one of the other layers. Okay. And then yeah, whenever we do the straight line tools and we kind of fix some of these angles, that'll be good. It's funny, I did it. Whenever I made the character pose, I wanted it to be a little, not fisheye lens, but like you can see the top of the foot. And then you can see underneath the hat. So like the forearm is kind of the horizon line. And everything else is like beveling around him. You know what I mean? Yeah, doing well, Sayonara. Thank you. Having the midlife crisis moment of deciding if I want to just really go whole hog on doing the streaming stuff or keep trying to make a YouTube channel work and you know just content creator things. I hate that. I hate the whole idea of content creation. It's like, yeah, I'm content creating right now. It's called making a book. Here's your content. There we go. It's funny, this angle is more like showy, sort of like a cape, while the other one is still kind of over the shoulder. But that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It looks neat. That's all that matters. Up around there, and up around there. Made this a little darker back here. That way it's easier to see the silhouette of the foot. You know? And we can extend that up here like this. Because remember, we want to have the dark on light, you know? That just helps us, helps keep the image interesting everywhere. Where would the shadow be here? It'd be right here. This would come out. This would be here. Out a little bit more. This will be a little darker since it's wrapping into the form of the tape. See that? Boom. We can also extend his back. That. Fix that tomorrow. His hand. Yeah, we'll fix all that tomorrow. Yeah, this is really just now a exercise in patience of like really coming in and rendering a little bit of everything, you know what I mean? Like that edge. Go. Doing was nice in your progress. Thank you so much. Loser name Midnight. You're no loser to me. Thank you for hanging out. We are, yeah, this was just kind of a shorter stream today. We're going to be doing a much longer stream tomorrow, and it's going to start earlier. I think we started at like 2 o'clock today, my time. Tomorrow we're going to start, wait, 10:30, 11. We might finish this bad boy up tomorrow. Yeah, there's a few like tangent things, like the hand right here. Need to fix that. Need to make sure the arm still makes sense. I don't know if I'm going to keep this cape that extends out there. Like, it sells the idea of it being folded up on the ground, but it's also not necessary, I don't think. Then yeah, we'll decide tomorrow if I like that ring there or not, like if I want to enhance that and like maybe add some more behind it, like going up, or do I think it looks silly? We will know tomorrow. Sure. So yeah, overall not a bad little session. And then of course we had the colors that we added. These are all subject to change, of course, but you know, really easy to do on an overlay layer. As long as your values are good, you can kind of add whatever color you want. Yeah. I mean, his arm is very shiny because of all the white there, but yeah, blade perspective. So yeah, there's like little things, but those are the type of things that just take time. They're not hard necessarily to do. Because like, see how this handles right here, but then this doesn't follow that. This edge should be up higher instead of this one. So things like that. But you can see where I just kind of willy-nilly sketch stuff down. And tomorrow it's going to be about fixing it, bringing it up to a decent level of finish. And like, I do like the kind of rough and tumble rendering on the cape here. We may keep that just kind of as it is, you know? But yeah, painting in black and white, highly recommended, just because you know, it's easier to work with values. It just is. You can tell if something looks right way faster than no, it's because I started later. I didn't even know I was gonna stream because yeah, Wednesday is my normal stream day, as we all know. But you know, I got the tattoo session to do, so I'll be gone for like half the day. Thursday I will be at a event with my son. His school is doing a field trip, so parents get to go on it. So I'm gonna go on it for his first field trip ever. I think he's gonna have a lot of fun. But me and my wife both got off basically work to you know, go hang out with him, have some fun. But I will be live again on tomorrow for sure, and then Friday for sure. So Friday might be kind of a half and half. We might do some art a little bit, and then maybe some game stuff. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna put out some feelers, right? Because let me kick back over here real quick. Let me add the other webcam, because yeah, let me add this other webcam real quick. Boom. Because it's the only one that actually works right now. Boom. Ah! Big. Biggie big. Got that. The other webcam, I will explain this. Let me move my mic. Here we go. So, I was trying to figure out why whenever I was streaming other games, let me bring this all the way down. There we go. That one. There it is. And then I can actually turn that on. It's so tiny. That's so small. There you go. Yay! Now let me get rid of that webcam. Let me get rid of blur webcam. Let me get rid of border. No. Need all that. Oh, I need to get... Okay. Not the best looking thing, but that's fine. Basically, my webcam, the one that's all transparent and stuff like that, where it's like green screen. uses a lot of my video cards, like ray tracing, and it does a whole lot of stuff behind the scenes. But whenever I was playing games, both the webcam and the game looked really bad. They were choppy and I couldn't figure out what was going on. But come to find out, because of the ray tracing, because of the stuff on the webcam, the effects, they were digging into the graphic memory of the graphics card for the game. So both of them ran very poorly. But then whenever I just bypassed all the special effects by just using the USB camera as it is, instead of putting all the like extra stuff on it, both things ran great. Ran perfect, 100 plus frames a second, like everything looked mwah, like chef's kiss. So I was like, oh, so for the game streams, I have to have this webcam on. But if you have this webcam on, it can't also be the source of the other thing that has all the effects and green screen. So I will have to remember that. Or I can just change the way the layout looks and not have to worry about it and just keep this. Which the colors are a little bit different. The color temperature's different because, like I said, I had a bunch of filters on the other camera. So it depends on what you guys like. If you guys like the green screen stuff and just me in the corner without the webcam, or if you like the paintbrush look for the webcam, because I figured out how to do that. So yeah, actually looks like a paint stroke. We can do it. I will just reset up how the other stuff is so it all kind of works together. Yeah, let me know. But well, yeah, like we talked about, I'm still on that mental thing of like, should I do the standard YouTube videos and then stream as the kind of side thing, or should I go all in on streaming and then make like highlight videos, and that's what the YouTube channel becomes? Because we're over 11,400 subscribers, which is amazing. I can't believe it. Took 13 years, but hey, here we are. Yeah, I just don't want to do wrong by some people and right by some people. Like I want to do the thing. I want to make everyone happy, which is kind of impossible. But if you guys prefer this sort of like face-to-face, this channel can just be a live stream channel, you know, with the occasional game days, if we wanted to, because I do have my separate game YouTube that I stream to right now. So I don't know, man. There's stuff, you know, up in the old canoodle going around. Today is not Wednesday. So it is a Monday. And as a shameless plug, every day you can save 20% at gfuel.com if you want to get yourself some nice tasty caffeine treats. As far as like drinking mix and powder, they have a whole new 2.0 thing set up. They have new flavors, updated versions of old flavors. Like, I'm pretty stoked. I'm literally looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tubs of G Fuel right now over there. Right now, today, we have the Miami Nights, which is actually one of my favorites. They're sending me the new formula too, so I get to test that out. That's fun. Let's do what you want. Yeah, I need to come to terms with that it's okay for me to make the choice. Right? It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, tomorrow we're doing probably a 3.5, 4 hour long stream, and we're gonna finish this bad boy up. We're gonna finish up the Deuter. I might manipulate how this looks, and you'll notice also the background is sharper because I have less of the blur and everything. I don't know. And then Friday we will also do some art, but we might mix it up a little bit. We might do a little bit of art and then some games. That way we all just kind of chill out and have fun. Yeah, totally up to you guys. But I appreciate you all very, very much. This is a great part of the song, by the way. Oh, yeah, and speaking of, you know how I was having the trouble the past few weeks of like, I was missing one of the ear silicone covers and all this other stuff? Well, I got two things. I got an extension cable, so now I have like 12 feet of cable. But also, got the silicone earbud deals. I got 20 of them for $2, and they work great. I got those. For our gaming, we still have our big ginormous headset that we can put on. Make me look like a true capital G gamer. Yeah. Just fun stuff all around. But that's my time for today. You all have been outstanding. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers and new follows. Appreciate you very much. We'll be going live multiple times a week. I'll try my best to lock down a schedule. I know it works better if I can actually like schedule the times. But as it is, having, you know, adult things and being a father to 3 children, and days change all the time. It just changes. But we will be going live multiple times a week. Instead of just Wednesdays, we're going live multiple times a week. I'm going to figure out the best way to do some the clip content, try to see those short form pieces of advice. That way we can kind of highlight that stuff on the YouTube channel. We'll figure it out. We'll figure this stuff out, but we're in it together. That's all that matters. You guys have been outstanding today. Appreciate you all very much. I will see you tomorrow, much earlier, probably around 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time here in the good old US of A. And then we'll stream for about 3-4 hours. Should be pretty good. But I hope to see you then. If not, always watch the VOD. All the videos on demand are going to be completely free of charge on the YouTube channel. And appreciate you there hanging out as well. We got some other activity stuff planned. So we're going to be doing, probably in the next month or so, we're going to be doing some paint over stuff. Might do some portfolio reviews, showcasing, things like that. So yeah, if we're going to jump in and do live streams, man, we're going to do it. You know, no half-assing anything. That's for damn sure. But yeah, take care. I'll see you all tomorrow. And, you know, keep making your cool art. And we'll make some cool art tomorrow. Peace.